Hi, I'm Kelsey Mays for Cars.com. Ever since the fourth generation Subaru Impreza arrived in late 2011, performance enthusiasts have been hankering for its turbocharged WRX and even quicker WRX STI siblings. Well, here it is, the WRX STI, and it sure packs a punch, but maybe not enough to justify its price. We'll tell you why. The last STI came as a sedan or a hatchback. The new STI is sedan only. Not a lot of visual differences versus the WRX, which kind of already looked pretty extreme. Fits the STI a little more, things like quad tailpipes, big fenders, stuff like that. An obvious difference between the two, one thing, is this rear wing sits much higher off the deck lid than the spoiler on the WRX. There's also 18-inch alloy wheels on the STI versus the 17s on the WRX. The seats have standard Alcantara inserts with red and black leather bolsters. Full leather seats are optional. The flat-bottom steering wheel from the WRX carries over to the STI, but the STI is the only Impreza model to get dual-zone automatic climate control instead of the single zone offered elsewhere. So, if you have a spouse who's always too hot or too cold and you have to convince them that the STI is the only way they'll be comfortable, go nuts. Subaru's SI Drive controller sits down here. It can map accelerator response to normal, sport, or sport sharp modes. A little bit less intuitive to control just because it's down here versus the steering wheel buttons for SI Drive on the WRX. Now, one of the things that continues to make the STI very unique is this driver controllable center differential right here for the all-wheel drive system. It's got 3 automatic modes, even more manual modes, and it can vary the center differential from a full 50-50 lock. That means half your power is going up front, half the power is going to the rear, all the way to a fairly open differential, not very interventionist there, with more of the power going to the rear wheels. Now, if you have it in automatic modes, we've noticed that the car tends to understeer a little more, has a little bit more nose heaviness kind of dialed in. If you get it over to the manual modes, though, the WRX STI behaves a lot like a rear-wheel drive car. You can really swing the tail out wherever and whenever. Same power situation as before, with a horizontally opposed 4-cylinder engine that's turbocharged, good for 305 horsepower and 290 pounds-feet of torque. Fire it all up and the STI is plenty quick, but only after a lot of turbo lag at the beginning. As another editor noted, it's quick but doesn't feel that much quicker than the WRX. I gotta say, I kind of agree. The 6-speed manual has short throws but kind of a tall, wonky shifter. I'd trade it for the shorter shifter in the BRZ, the Subaru BRZ, any day. It does have evenly spaced gears all the way from 1st through 6th gear though, so no big surprises there. The steering in the STI is a hydraulic setup, not electric power steering like in the WRX and the regular Impreza. A lot of fun on that front. You just point the nose and it goes right there instinctively. Ride quality is another strong suit. The WRX STI rides a lot like the regular WRX, and that's generally a good thing. Now, our car does have winter tires. Summer tires are standard. Those are certain to change road noise and ride quality, so keep an eye out for those on your test drive. Put all the pieces together and the STI is a pretty mean little sedan. But it's also a pricey one. Pricing starts around $35,000, climbs to north of $40,000 for a fully equipped STI. That's a lot of money, even though it's roughly the same as the outgoing STI, because a base WRX starts around $27,000. At heart, the STI still looks like a heavily modified economy sedan. It would fit the bill if the bill were a little smaller. As it stands, Subaru makes the STI a bit of a hard sell.